Hey, friends. Listen, when I was about 14 years old, I wanted to be an exchange student and go and spend 1 month in the south of France. Like, yes, please. The problem is, we didn't have a lot of money, and it cost quite a bit of money to fly over and pay for your expenses and everything like that. So, honey, I got my hustle on. Oh, yes, I did everything to raise money. I babysat kids. I sold candy at school. That was quite lucrative, by the way. Kids love to get sugared up at school. Teachers not so much, but I made money enough to pay for me to go to France. But where the big money came in was shoveling this. Oh, yes, that's exactly what you think it is. It's a big old pile of manure. You see, my dad had this big old pickup truck, and he was down to do whatever it took to help us raise this money. And so after school, we would get in that big old pickup truck and we drive to the yard and we get mounds of either topsoil or manure and deliver them to people's houses, and they would pay us to shovel it off of the truck and deliver the manure or the topsoil. And it was quite the adventure, a little bit smelly, but it's okay. You see, that experience not only taught me how to hustle, make a little bit of money, it taught me about fertilizer. Because when you see this big picture of shit, you think, ooh, yuck, who would want to be anywhere near that? But the truth is, y'all, hot messes are the best fertilizer for growth. They are not a whole lot of fun when you step in the middle of one. And what I mean by a hot mess in our today's market and society, and when we get disappointed by a decision that we are not happy with, or perhaps we get some feedback that causes us to cringe, that's hard to hear, or we're faced with decisions that we would not have made. And the question that we have is, do I just stand here in this hot mess and feel like a victim, or do I do something about it? And what I want to recommend to you is something that I talk about in my book, Help Them Thrive, called a purposeful pivot. It helps us to push beyond the emotions of this stinky hot mess situation that we're in and glean the fertilizer for growth that will turn into wisdom for us in the future. And the question that I suggest that you ask is this: what lesson should I learn from this situation? I don't care what disappointing situation you find yourself in. If you just pause, purposefully pivot, and glean the wisdom out of disappointment, the wisdom out of failure. Instead of it beating you down, it helps you gain wisdom, which will serve you in the future. I want to see you thrive, friends. And you know what? The bullshit's not going away. We just have to learn how to navigate around it and use it for our advantage, like turning failure and disappointment into wisdom versus letting us get it stuck in a stinky hot mess. I wish you the best at thriving, friends. Cheers.